poppin', YouTube family? It's your boy, The White. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. First off, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can notify when I post new content. Now, today I plan to probe back off into a house the house of Dior. And this particular fragrance right here from Mason Francis Kurkdjian has a whole lot of controversy involving this very existence. Here's my 2 cents. Keep it locked. Well, like I said before, I'm going to probe off into the house of Dior, and I'm here with Dior Parfum 2025. Let's give her a spray so I can give y'all my thoughts. There we go. Nice little hit here. Let that dry down for a second. Main, of course, for this one is sweet, powdery, synthetic, woody, and creamy, with notes of coumarin, orris root, orris, amberwood, patchouli, vetiver, and hay. Now, while this thing is drying down, before I give you my thoughts on this fragrance right here, I've heard a whole lot about the original Dior Homme Parfum, the one that came out, if I'm not mistaken, 2014. Then they revamped that fragrance again, I believe, in 2020. And now we're here in 2025, and they've changed the bottle presentation, which I'll have both bottle presentations pop up on the screen. And I will say I'm a definite fan of the new bottle presentation. I think it's really, really nice looking from when I got a chance to get my nose on it in the store and get me a sample of it. What I'm led to understand, this fragrance here is vastly different from the original Dior Homme Parfum. And that, from what I'm led to understand from people who've smelled both, and I've got a chance to talk to some other reviewers whose opinion I actually respect and hold dear to when I'm making my own videos, but they said this one's completely different off the Richter, as far off the scale of the original Dior Parfum. But what do I get? Well, I will definitely say this fragrance right here is really, really sweet. It's very powdery, so hence the iris up top. I can't say it's over the top like the lipsticky style of iris. It's just that powdery, fresh, to me, never a bad time to smell like it type iris. And it's, like I stated before, very, very sweet. Now, I haven't got a chance to smell the original Dior Homme Parfum, but I do personally own the Dior Homme Intense. And to me, this reminds me of that just a little bit. Might be a little sweeter, in my humble opinion. But more than reminding me of that, I will say that this one reminds me of anything that's in that Azzaro, the Azzaro Pour family, if I'm not mistaken. Like the Azzaro Wanted by Night, them family. That particular family. And I've also recently got a chance to get my nose on Stronger With You, Absolutely. To me, this belongs like right in the mix with those fragrances. So people saying that it doesn't smell like that original Parfum, I can actually believe them, but I'd love to get my nose on that. Now, overall, when it comes to this scent profile, as far as I'm concerned, they didn't really invent the wheel with this one here. And I may not be able to blame Francis Kurkdjian per se directly, because I imagine he's taking orders or suggestions from somebody higher up than himself within the Dior family. But from what I've got a chance to experience out of the 2 creations since he's been with Dior that I've got a chance to spell, being the Dior Sauvage Fort or Forte, or however you say it, and this Dior fragrance, I will have to say that I'm not a big fan of the 2 creations that I got my nose on that Kurkdjian's got a chance to have his name attached to. This one here to me is just meh when it comes to the fact that if this was the first fragrance DNA of its kind, I would probably rank this higher. I would probably like this more. But considering I've smelled the Azzaro fragrances, I've smelled the Stronger With You fragrances, and even some of the Valentino fragrances that has strong iris, to me, all of those are equal to, if not better than this fragrance overall. When I tested this fragrance as far as longevity, I got about 6.5, 7 hours out of it. And for it to be a parfum concentration with all of these notes that Normally would have some push, normally would have some longevity attached to them. I was a little disappointed as far as the overall performance. Uh, this is a darn near $200 fragrance if you buy the 75 ml bottle. So they have a 50 ml bottle for like 160 if I'm not mistaken. The 75 ml bottle is like 180 with tax. After that 180, you up to about 200 bucks. I can definitely sell this is not a $200 scent profile as far as I'm concerned. Does it smell good? Yeah. But like I said, it stated before, they haven't invented the wheel when it comes to this fragrance here. So to me, on a scale from 1 to 10, I give it about a 7. If you don't have anything with the powdery iris, sweet background to it, then you're probably going to like this a little bit more than I am, than I decided as far as it's concerned. Is it full bottle worthy for me? I would have to say no. Because overall, I already have some things that kind of smell similar to this in my collection, number one. Number two, that price point being the $200 price point, I can actually say that, nah, I can't say that it's worth $200 of my money, considering that I have a plethora of fragrances on my radar that I'm interested in. And I can either just put a little bit of money with the 200 bucks and get something with a more unique scent profile to add to my collection to separate itself from being redundant, or I could even go trying to hunt down the Parfum version, the original one that everybody raves about, or I can just scratch either one of them, purchasing either one of them, because there's a fragrance by the name of Harmonious by Bordeaux the Victorious that I'm hearing has the same original Dior Homme Parfum scent DNA with added booze. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's a little bit more intriguing as far as as far as my collection is concerned, because at this point in my collecting journey, I don't want to have a whole lot of redundancy, so I want to continue to acquire newer fragrance DNAs that I don't already have my hands on. Now, I would love to hear you guys' opinion on this new Dior Homme Parfum 2025. Let me know what you would rate it from scale from 1 to 10. Did you go out and buy it? Have you got a chance to compare it to the original Parfum? And or just basically your thoughts. Me, it's just average at best, barely above average. Definitely not $200, so it's not a full bottle cop for me. That's my time. Peace.